So the KSW 89 main event between Adrian Bartosinski and Salahdine Parnasse just wrapped up. Not really the most exciting fight, honestly. I was expecting a bit more of a, back and forth. Not so much back and forth, but I was expecting a finish from Bartosinski here, just because he was so much bigger. I was expecting him to probably knock out Salahdine, but it was just sort of like a back and forth little clinch fest, this fight. I will say, even though he lost, and he lost pretty clearly, it was still very impressive from Salahdine here, because he really made it somewhat competitive. Like, he wasn't getting ragdolled. His takedown defense still held up against a much bigger former middleweight in Bartosinski. Like, I would say Salahdine wins the moral victory here. I feel like it's a moral victory for him here. Even though he clearly lost, the fact that he went up two weight classes to fight Adrian Bartosinski is very impressive. Like, it took some fucking balls to do that. Like, not many people are going to go for triple champ status, no matter where they are. In a little regional promotion, a big regional promotion like KSW, or in a major organization like the UFC. Not many people go and do a risk like this. So, you got to give Salahdine some respect. You know, the guy showed some fucking massive cojones. Be interesting to see what Salahdine does next. I think he is UFC level. I feel like this fight solidified it for me that Salahdine is like definitely UFC level. Like the guy, like just making that fight competitive. Very good from Salahdine. Sorry, had something happen there, so I had to stop recording. But yeah, honestly, really good performance from Adrian Bartosinski. Not really entertaining. We'll say Salahdine has a fucking hell of a chin on him. He ate a flush flying knee in I think the third round, like literally right on his chin, and he didn't get knocked out by a much bigger man. Like Adrian Bartosinski is fucking massive compared to him, and he ate a flush flying knee like nothing. Did get knocked down, obviously, but wasn't even that rocked. Like, he didn't get up. He wasn't fucking, doing the stanky leg or anything. He has a fucking good chin on him. So, I look forward to seeing Salahdine in the UFC eventually. He's definitely UFC level. You know, just making it that competitive with someone so much bigger is like that. That right there just shows his UFC level. I think he gets one more win at featherweight or lightweight, whatever division he wants to fight at moving forward. And then I think you move this guy into the UFC, or you put him on Dana White Contender Series. I'm not sure, but he is UFC level. Bartosinski, he still has he still has more to do in my opinion before you go like UFC or anything like that. If he even wants to go to the UFC, he's 15-0, but like that wasn't really a crazy performance against a much smaller man. So if Bartosinski, I reckon should have to fight like another like 1-2 fights, get a nice finish or something. Like also another crazy thing. Like, he doesn't go to decision often, but Salahdine taking him to a decision is pretty crazy when you think about it. Couldn't take Salahdine down either. Salahdine's takedown defense is great. Like, this was just Adrian Bartosinski being so much bigger, he can sort of just clinch up against Salahdine. Obviously, if Salahdine was the same size as him, he'd clearly win. Obviously, that's a cop out. You can say that about any time a smaller guy fights a bigger guy. But seriously, Salahdine is fucking so skilled. Uh, like I generally think this guy is like ranked level featherweight. Maybe. I don't want to go, fucking too crazy, but the fact he made that so competitive was like, yeah, that was fucking good for him. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what both of these guys do. Hopefully, Adrian Bartonovsky can go back to his fucking destructive ways and just go back and start fucking destroying people in the first rounds. Like, look at all of his finishes: round one, round two, round one. There's a round three, there's a round one there, round one, round one, round one. Like, hopefully, he can go back to those. Just going in there and fucking dusting people up in the first round, because that is very entertaining to watch. But Salahdine pushed him to the limits to two weight classes smaller. So yeah, honestly, really good. So yeah, that's all I've got to say on that fight. All respect to both men here. Obviously, like I say, this isn't a fight you're gonna go back and watch and watch and watch. Like, it wasn't a barn burner, back and forth barn burner or anything. It really wasn't the most entertaining fight, but it was a good show of skill just to show how Salahdine matches up against much bigger men. Like, I don't know. I'm honestly, I'm more impressed with Saladin here, not getting like completely flatlined by a much bigger guy than I am with Bartanovsky, just like holding a featherweight against the fence. You know, obviously that's easy to say, but still. Uh, so yeah, interesting to see where both men go. I can't even say Adrian Bartonovsky is like a UFC level opponent just because he did beat a guy 2 weight classes smaller, and he didn't do it impressively, but still. Saladine's a really good fighter though, so can't really shit on him too much here. But anyway, that's all I've got to say on that performance, that fight overall. Really good card overall by KSW. Some really nice finishes. KSW cards always, they put on some really good cards. The Polish fans are lucky that they can watch these really good times for them. But yeah, honestly, some really good performances. Marcin Held got knocked out as well, which was interesting to see by a Georgian fighter. The Georgians are fucking doing really well lately. But anyway, that's all I've got to say on this. So thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the performance by Adrian Bartonovsky here against Saladin. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Shamil Gaziev versus Martin Buday was on at the same time as well. I watched that fight. That was a really good performance from Gaziev. He really just beat the fuck out of him. Looked very tight with the boxing. Yeah, just put a fucking absolute beating on him. So yeah, that was a good performance as well. So yeah, don't worry, I watch everything. I have fucking. Sometimes I'll have 3 screens up at once. I always gotta watch combat sports. I guess I don't know. I just love it so fucking much. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.